The European Fund for the Balkans has implemented a unique program strategy, creating a network of governmental and non-governmental organizations, groups and individuals, and has seen the rise of a new generation of change-makers and future leaders.
Once an activist, always an activist. I'm still against government. Against the government that is bureaucratic, that lacks common sense. That government I fight every day, within government.
What we do is that actually people come to us with the problem that they see in their environment, and we help them to organize their community and to solve that problem.
Windmill is what I call a hit-and-run NGO. We assemble when we are needed. Most of our work is related either to fight against crime and corruption and towards transparency of the government in general.
Giving voice to a younger generation of people in Kosovo, creating a platform and creating a place and a venue through which they would participate.
The project that we are working right now, monitoring of EU funds, initiated a wider public debate, the first ever parliamentary scrutiny over the use of EU funds.
I'm working in the Directorate for Youth and Sports. There we are trying to provide conditions for better youth participation in decision-making processes.
I'm the head of Cinelink, a co-production market and development platform of Sarajevo Film Festival. And Cinelink has helped me, and I hope it helped the wide number of people from the region to find their place in Europe while finding their place in the region.
The European Fund for the Balkans' vision of strengthening democracy in the changing political context of the region has been transformed and upgraded by the vast experience of the past 7 years.
We've built this stigma, civil society and government, as if one is civil and the other one is armed society. No, it's still civil society, but with more tools at your disposal.
Where the awareness should be raised is not only within the government, but also within the civil society. They should be aware more of what their role should be.
Democracy is like an English lawn. You have to water it and cut every couple of days, and within a couple of hundred of years you will get a beautiful lawn.
Since 2007, the region's gone through significant change as well as its political context in the EU integration processes.
The dialogue initiated by Serbia and Kosovo is a good example how the countries from the region can move the political process forward.
Croatia can be a gluing factor, cohesive factor between the rest of the region and the rest of Europe.
The entrance of Croatia into the EU paves the path for a deeper and more speedier integration of the rest of the countries.
With a new government in Serbia, with elections in Kosovo, the region has become normal. It sounds very boring, but it's great news.
By operating in the Western Balkans region and beyond, the fund has transformed itself into a regional player and an active promoter of cross-border and regional cooperation.
What is different when we speak about European Fund for the Balkans is that actually they are building community.
It's quite important that these people meet and exchange experiences.
The fund is also very important because it is bringing young leaders from the region, from different sectors, to discuss some very important challenges.
And it's the only organization that brings people from the region together.
And I think what the European Fund for the Balkans does, it's a smart donor. Little money, used well, can get you a long way.
It is precisely funds like the European Fund for the Balkans that have established the needed networks and collaborations across the region.
Just the thing that you have friends that are just a phone call away for in Zagreb or Ljubljana or Belgrade, and that you can ask a certain question makes things easier and you feel less small.
The uniting factor of EFB is, I guess, the most important one.
The European Fund for the Balkans stays faithful to its long-term plan as the fund's new cycle of work is structured upon support of policy development, capacity development and community building.
Living in such a complicated country as we are, even before we managed to get to European Union, I think that we also, within our country, have just so many issues, and I don't think that help can come only from outside.
Citizens think that EU should solve our internal problems. It's not that the EU will bring changes to us, it's that we should change internally in order to be a better society.
Whether we like it or not, and some people like it, some people don't like it, or actively don't like it, we have to cooperate.
There has to be even more cooperation, and especially amongst the young people.
Through deeper cooperation among the region, we will be a stronger partner to the European Union.
We also belong to the same kind of cultural market, and for me the future of the region would be that we really, at least from the perspective of culture, observe our markets as one.
All the countries in the region, we're all going through similar processes of reform, of strengthening our institutions.
Investing all of the resources into right directions, opening of societies and opening of our minds.
We have to learn how to work with each other.
The entire region has a common agenda for the future.
And if we keep in this direction, I think the future is for us to make.
The time has come to rethink Europe and the region of the Western Balkans and discover internal strength and cooperation on the way towards a common future.